I'm here today with the all-new Ninja FlexFlame. This 5-in-1 grilling system is gonna give you the ultimate control over your backyard barbecue this summer. And today we're gonna talk about what makes this very unique and very special to the grilling market, and that is the precision grilling capabilities. Now let's dive on in. Now this isn't your ordinary grill. This isn't your dad's propane grill. Though this is propane fueled, this thing is super unique for what you get. First off, it has a convection fan. This cyclonic technology is gonna keep air moving. It's not only gonna keep things very even, it's going to keep things very consistent, and we're gonna be using less fuel with this precision system. How does it work? Well, we have electronically controlled gas valves down in here to where we can set a temperature on the grill, and the valves will adjust to make sure that we maintain that temperature. We have 3 burners that are controlled based off of the temperature range that you're trying to cook. So we've got the low and slow, which is gonna be 200 to 300. We have the roast or the bake, which is 300 to 450. And we have the grilling or the pizza that's 450 to 600 degrees. Based off of your cook type and those temperature ranges that you choose, you're gonna get any combination of the 3 burners. So low and slow is gonna give you just the center burner. The roast or the bake is going to give you the front and the back, so 2 burners. And the grilling or the pizza is gonna give you all 3. Now, like a traditional grill, you could do the same with the knobs, but you can't get the dialed in temperature like you can with the FlexFlame. And that's where that electronically controlled gas valve is gonna make a difference. So when we set a temperature, that gas valve is gonna tweak slightly, a little more open, a little more closed, a lot more open, a lot more closed, based off of the conditions. Like if I open the lid when it's running, I just allowed a disturbance, all the heat's gonna come out. So then when I shut this lid, it's going to open up more, allow more gas flow, and it's gonna recover a lot faster. What makes this thing very unique is how you can use this technology to your advantage. So today we're gonna demonstrate that. And if we're running this grill to demonstrate, I gotta cook something. So I have some perfect looking prime New York strip steaks that I'm gonna demonstrate a little bit about the controls and the functionality of this grill and how I would use this to accomplish the perfect steak. Now let's dive into the function of the grill. Now I'm gonna walk you through how we use this technology, how we light this grill, and how we can use it to our advantage for the perfect cook, like I'm gonna do on these steaks. We gotta light it. How do you do it? Well, first off, it's gotta be plugged in because this controller uses electricity. That's what controls the valves. That's what controls the brains behind this. I'm gonna open up the lid. And I'm gonna start off by turning this to the ignite. Now, I'm gonna press and hold this knob in. It's gonna click, and I can see that the flames are already lit down inside. Now I'm gonna shut this, and because of how I wanna cook these steaks, we're gonna run this in the low and slow function. So as you can see, it automatically comes up and it dials into a temperature right at 225 degrees, which coincidentally is how I wanted to cook these steaks. So I can go all the way from down to 200 or all the way up to 300, and it's gonna control itself. It's going to keep it at that temperature. But for this, I wanna run 225 degrees. Now for 225 degrees, it is a single burner. It is the center burner. So I can control kind of the indirect or direct heat if I want, just based off of placement of the food. It also indicates right here on the display that this is the middle burner, and that's what we're gonna be using. In true Anderson Smoke Show fashion, I want some smoke on these steaks. Another thing that is awesome about this FlexFlame grill from Ninja is it has the Woodfire technology. So I've got a little hopper right here, I've got a Woodfire button right there, and I am gonna add some smoke to this cook. Now all I have to do is open this up, and there's a little hopper down inside there. You wanna make sure you always start out with a full hopper. Then I'm gonna come down here to the control panel, I'm gonna press and hold the Woodfire button, and I'm gonna let it go. And you'll see I get the flame indicator. That means we're making smoke, baby. When this thing is up to temp and we've got smoke rolling, we're getting them steaks on. As you can see, the grill's up to 225 degrees and the smoke is rolling with that wood fire. It is time to get these steaks and place them right down here in the middle like so. And I'm gonna get this lid closed. I chose steaks to demonstrate the capabilities of this cook because when I cook steaks, especially on something that can produce smoke, I like to bring them up to temperature slow with that 225 degrees, and I like to slap it with some smoke. So this Woodfire technology and this precision control that I get with the FlexFlame is perfect for these steaks. Now I'm gonna use my wireless thermometer from Ninja. This is the Pro Chef. I'm gonna use this so that I can monitor the temperature of these steaks, because once we get to a certain point, I gotta sear them. And that's when we're gonna kick this thing up to 3 burners, and we're gonna get some nice lines on them steaks. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a waiting game. Now these steaks have been in here for about 25 to 30 minutes, and let me tell you what, this thing has run like a champ consistently at 225 degrees. The cool thing is with that convection fan, you can hear it constantly working, but when it needs more heat, like when I open the door, let a little heat out, and I close the door, once it gets going, that fan speed kicks up, the gas, you hear the gas valve open up, gives more fire, more air movement, it gets it right back where it needs to be. If you watch this here, it shows your target or your set point, and it'll cycle between the current. So you'll see it's at 217 already, 218. It's about to be back at 225 that quick. And I had opened the lid. And so we're at the point now at about 110 to 115 degrees. They've bathed in enough smoke. It's time to get them out, which I'll do now. And you can see they got themselves a little smoke on them. I'll set them over here on the cutting board for now. This thing is gonna start churning out heat again. You can hear the valve adjust, you can hear the fan kick up, but we're not gonna be searing at no 225 degrees. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over to here, and I'm gonna take this knob from the low and slow all the way to the grill pizza. Now that's gonna give me all 3 burners, and it's gonna give me a lot more heat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crank this sucker up to 550 degrees, and I'm gonna wait until this gets up to that temp before I ever put those steaks back on, because I don't want them cooking anymore until we're putting sear lines on them. In literally under 2 minutes, we went from 225 degrees to a steady 550. It is time to get these suckers on to this hot grill for a good sear. Now let me tell you what, those are some beautiful looking steaks. And you know what made it even more beautiful and honestly easy? The insane amount of control that I have over this grill and the ability to add smoke. When is the last time you've been able to walk in your house and sit in the chair for 20 minutes while you had 2 expensive prime strip steaks on the grill and know that nothing bad's gonna happen? That's what this technology, that's what this precision grilling is all about. Knowing its capabilities and taking full advantage of it. We're gonna be doing a lot more cooks on this Ninja FlexFlame throughout the summer. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty hungry, and it is time to dive in to these steaks. Just look at that. Oh, looks so good. And the precision grilling capabilities of the Ninja FlexFlame is what provided dinner tonight. If you like this video and subscribe, I'll see you in the next one.